Google Drive is an incredibly powerful tool that we can use on any computer, tablet, or mobile device. We can store all types of files, images, videos, PDF files, Office document files, music, and lots of other file types, and we can do this all for free. And the best thing is, within a school environment, they've now have opened it up so there's unlimited storage for those folks within that school environment. So Google Drive is an incredibly powerful tool that we can use to store all of our information and data. Let's take a look at Google Drive, some of the more common features of Google Drive as we prepare to learn more about it. So to start off, we're just going to come over here to our settings cog. So that's the same in most of the Google tools. And we're going to click on that. Now the first thing I want you to notice is that my little button over here says New. If you don't see New and you see Create instead, the first thing that we need to do is we need to say Experience the new drive. Now, because I have that set up here, you're not seeing that. But if I had that Create button here, you would see Experience the new drive. So make sure you have the new drive set up, because eventually that old drive interface is going to go away. So notice we can also get into some settings here that will allow us to do some different things. Convert uploads, we'll talk about that a little bit later. We can sync our offline docs, so if you want to have offline access to your documents, you can do that here. And we can manage our apps, and again, we'll talk about some of these a little bit later. We can change the view, so we can make it comfortable, cozy, or compact, so that's how much space there is between the words and the files within your documents. So that's just that settings cog there. We're going to go to our Details tab here. Now this Details tab, we can open and close this simply by clicking on this little I button here. And that allows us to see when these were created, different documents and files and things were created. So as I drill down into these different documents and folders, notice it tells me when these were created and who they were created by. Now we can also sort the different files that we have. So here are our sort options. So if you're looking for a file that you know you modified maybe today, you might want to click on last modified versus individual files that you're sorting by name. So if you want to look by name, you can actually sort them by the file name. Notice that folders appear first, followed by your individual files. I can also change the view from a grid view to a list view. When I do that, notice that my files and folders show up in a list view. If I come back here, I can switch that to a grid view and keep changing that back and forth. Notice I have a little bit different information in each view. When I'm in my grid view, I don't get a lot of information about each individual file and folder. However, if I'm in the list view, I can see who the owner is and when that was last modified. I can also come over here to my Drive table of contents. You notice that I have my New button. This is where I can go to create folders, files, and lots of different resources. Down here, you'll notice that I have a little triangle emblem right here. Now that's my expand and contract button here. So if I click on that, I can take and expand the files and look to see what is underneath or one of the subfolders of that file. So notice as I expand that or contract it, you get just my drive. If I click on it again, it's going to show me that underneath my drive I have backup, beyond the chalk, and personal. Notice that I have another little triangle here. That means there are folders underneath here that I can access. And again, with Google Apps, I can do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and contract those. Shared with me, those are all of the files that somebody else has shared with me. So you notice I have some individual files here that people have shared with me. I can also search by recent files. So again, this is going to just sort those by the last time that they were opened or saved by me. I can actually star individual files and folders. So if I had anything starred under here, what you would see is individual files that I had starred. So those might be the real important files that I need to get to very quickly all the time. And then of course any of the items that I throw in the trash are going to end up here in the trash can, and those will be thrown away after 30 days. So if you keep them in the trash for longer than 30 days, they will disappear. However, if you need to recover them, they will be there for the first 30 days. So that's just a real quick look at Google Drive, and then we're going to jump back into the folders over here, and we're going to take a look in the next video.